Hi, I'm Joe Welinske, Program Manager for ConveyUX, speaking with the speakers who will be at our event coming up in January in Seattle. And today I'm speaking with Aras Bilgen. Hello, Aras.
Hi there, Joe.
Where are you speaking to us from today?
I am based in Istanbul, working for Monetize.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about Monetize and the type of work that you're typically involved in?
Yeah, Monetize is a digital technology company that works with financial institutions to deliver experiences and solutions to power their entire portfolios. Here in Istanbul, we have a team of designers, engineers, product managers, business analysts that work with the local teams here. We are an international company. We have offices in the United States as well as United Kingdom.
And so you're in Istanbul. Have you? Is there a user experience community in that area? Do you have people that you're able to share ideas with there?
There's a very vibrant startup community which places a lot of value in user experience. Unfortunately, the user experience as a separate field is fairly nascent in Istanbul and in Turkey in general, but it is very hopeful to see a lot of things happening in Istanbul in terms of that growth.
Well, in the type of activities that you're involved with, what are some of the day-to-day aspects that you're involved with? What's a day in the life for Aris look like?
Mm. I work in the product team here in Istanbul, and we work a lot with the clients with in terms of their strategic problems and how we can solve them from a product perspective. We work a lot with the design team here to figure out what the actual needs of the users are for our clients, as well as coming up with the alternatives that make sense from the client perspective as well as the user perspective. So there's a lot of conversations going on. There's a lot of work in rooms like this where we go and brainstorm what the right approach would be for the client and try to come up with that solution together. We are very blessed to work in a co-working space where the engineers, designers, product managers, project managers, we all commingle in the same continuous space. So there's a lot of cross pollination. So there's a lot of commercial going on. That's how the day goes.
Well, you do a lot of work in the finance sector, and so I was wondering if you could just tell us a little bit about what it's like to work in that environment, and how maybe some of the unique challenges of those kinds of projects.
Mhm. Most of our clients are banks, and they are extremely excited about the new channels and the new opportunities that come along. Most people think of banks as conservative entities that want to have some stability and will be close to change. I'm very glad that we are actually not seeing a lot of that with our clients. There's a lot of desire to adopt things as they come up. There's a lot of desire to innovate. But then you obviously have that classical, bank, big institution overhead where time is money. I mean, there's a lot of pressure in terms of delivering things on time. The requirements for reliability and getting things right in the first try is extremely high because you don't want to upset customers who have basically entrusted their life savings in your hands. So there's some of that stress, but we take that as a very sweet stress that keeps us on our toes. We're very lucky to work with a lot of different types of departments in the banking industry. We have some clients that want just like a basic IT services type of engagement. We also have clients who want to have a longer, more discovery-oriented services where we go out in the field and figure out what is right for their customers. So it's a quite big of a mix.
Well, as you've worked in the finance area for quite a while now, you've probably seen some changes in terms of that industry and in terms of how user experience is applied in that area. I was wondering if you have anything to share about some trends you might have seen in terms of changes in how user experience is used or accepted within that area.
Yeah, Basically, in the past and not so distant past, banks unfortunately saw user experience as a nice thing to have. They basically checked boxes in terms of the channels that they get to the users. If they have an online website, that was a check. If they had like an app that worked, that was a check. But recently, we're seeing a lot of that sensitivity is dissolving, and banks and other financial institutions appreciating the real value of user experience, starting with the user and satisfying their needs first. And I was actually very glad to see this on similar branches where John Maida, a big design strategist, started working with Kleiner Perkins, a VC firm, uh, which actually says a lot about the value of user experience in our area. And recently, Citibank acquired the design giant Adaptive Path. So it's a lot of good news, and we're glad to see how financial institutions are recognizing the real value of user experience and what design can do for them.
Well, I'm interested in the topic that you're going to be presenting at the conference. The title of
Mhm.
that is Prototyping as a Tool for Relationship Building. And maybe you could give us a little bit of an idea of where the theme for that came from. What is it based on?
Mhm. I was very blessed to work with many teams that use prototypes. I work with small teams in small companies that use prototyping to figure out things from a technical perspective. I also work with larger firms that used prototyping as a way to figure out much bigger problems. And we are hearing a lot of those conversations nowadays where lean startup mentality, agile is all about figuring out a small subset of a problem and then verifying that it works before we move on. So this is all good about figuring out the solution to the problem. What I have sensed as we were using these techniques were how the process itself was very useful for the team and the people who were involved with it. It allowed people that were not directly in the product teams to feel as if they were engaged in it. It allowed them to contribute in ways that they weren't able to. And with most of our customers, especially with the banking customers that may not want to have a very fast moving space, it allowed them to feel very comfortable. So I just wanted to put together a set of guidelines and some of the experiences that we had, hoping that it will help other practitioners.
All right, well, great. Well, thanks for taking some time to share your thoughts and preview that session. And thanks again for electing to make the long trip from where you are to Seattle.
It's my pleasure. I don't think I don't think I'll be in for the rain, but if it doesn't, I'll be very happy.
Well, we'll see you in a few weeks. Thank you.
Thank you.